So I recently found out that my breast implant is ruptured. It's specifically called an intercapsule rupture. Okay, so I have had a mammogram and an ultrasound, talked to my OBGYN and talked to a plastic surgeon. So I noticed probably a while ago that my one breast looked a little bit smaller than the other. So I was kind of hoping that maybe that implant like shifted a little and I could like shift it back into place. My implants are over 20 years old, specifically about 22 years old, and they are silicone, and I have really not had any issues with them up until now. So I did experience some symptoms or issues with the implant even before I noticed that it was like a little bit smaller. How I definitely noticed that it was smaller was like in a tube top. So in a tube top, there's a definite like differential in the size, probably like a half a cup size. But I'm also in menopause. So I was kind of like, maybe because I'm in menopause, my breasts are changing and one's a little bit larger and my body is just changing. But no, it was confirmed on the ultrasound that I do have this rupture. So you also can get an MRI, but mine was totally confirmed on the ultrasound. So the rupture itself, intracapsule, what they explained to me means like it's ruptured, it's broken, but it's the leak or whatever is contained within still the pocket in the area. It's not leaking out anywhere into my body as of now. And originally when I had the implants, my doctor was like, even if you are shocked, right, and your implant is like broken, like it's not going to leak out, because at the time 20 years ago there was a lot of talk about this leakage of silicone going throughout the body and people having all these like horrible side effects. So I was really nervous about it. So he was being very dramatic and just kind of assuring me that if it was broken, that it would still stay where it was supposed to stay and not be a problem. So that is what is happening. But subsequently 20 years later, they are finding that the silicone can, obviously come out of that area and go into your body. So it's not really a chance that I want to take. But also, my doctor's like, you could leave it and just, see, they're not like totally malformed. They look fine in clothing. But honestly, when I work out, and I work out a lot, and if I do, I really never have done a lot of chest, but when I do back, any type of back exercises, lats, even sometimes with shoulders, lately, especially the past few months, I notice on the side of my breast that is ruptured, there is like a burning sensation. Now, I am very much in tune with my body, so I notice like the slightest little things, and I'm on top of it. So this burning feels like, just so you know, and if you have issues or you're thinking it might be something, like when I work out and those muscles are engaged, like even at the time it feels a little weird, but even later for hours and hours, up to a day later, there feels like a little burning soreness sensation, especially like almost like behind, like inside, deep inside. And I just want to be detailed because I want to help as many of you as possible if you are thinking you're having issues. So I'm opting to, take them out and put in brand new ones. I've had clients of mine say that people have only replaced the broken one, but mine are very old and it doesn't make sense to just replace one. So I'm replacing both of them. So I'll document that and see how the healing journey is. Just so you know, like back in college, I actually had saline, and then 5 years later switched to silicone because I wanted like a more natural look, and I went a little larger so that I could have more cleavage with my implants. So as of now, I don't really want to do a lift and go with a smaller implant. So we're going to stay within the same range of size, which I have very large implants, 600, I think they're 600 cc's, which is really big. We're going to try and go to like a 485, as long as my skin doesn't look like crazy. So I'll document that for you and just let you know how, this process goes. But I'm just putting it out there because I have a lot of clients that have implants for a long time. So the new implants now have like a 10-year warranty. And my doctor's like, yours look great still. Yours are 22 years old. Like they are good, but I just really don't want to take the chance that something, could happen, could leak. I'll have more problems down the line. Like mentally, I just going to bother me. So we'll see, but just, these are the symptoms that I had. And if you have implants that are getting older, these are things that you might want to, just be aware of if you think that something is wrong, because the silicone isn't going to completely deflate like a saline implant. If you have a rupture in a saline implant, it's just going to deflate and you won't have a breast on that side. The silicone, it's a lot harder to tell, and really an MRI is a very definitive way. But luckily with my ultrasound, we were able to tell. So this is my journey so far. We'll see how it's going to go. I'm planning hopefully to have surgery as soon as they have availability, which is looking like the end of summer, early fall. So it's quite a while away, but we'll see if anything changes in the interim. Like, I'm still going to work out as long as, nothing weird is happening. I'm just going to be more aware of my workouts and not really do too much of the things that seem to be causing me discomfort in this one implant, because I don't want to put any more stress on the implant. In the ultrasound, it also said that there's like a degradation, a wearing down of the actual implant, and I just don't want like any more breakage to be happening. So, it's going to be unavoidable. I knew at come a point in time, right? They're 22 years old. I knew kind of they wouldn't last forever. But what I'm hearing from my clients that have implants that are around 10, 12 years old, 15 years old is kind of like they're just hoping to leave them in there forever. And, realistically, that's not going to be the case. So hopefully this video will help you in some way if you start to have issues with your implants as they get older. So stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll keep posting videos along the way of this journey of swapping out the silicone implants.